cold, more unpredictable than that East Coast weather. It's the hottest sports show coming through your airwaves. The only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. It's the Flex Zone live on WBGR. Another Monday night in the man cave, and we're here to do it again. We don't take culture, we make culture. It's the Flex Zone, baby, and we're here to rock and roll on the Flex Zone 1 on that WBGR Sports Network. We're live on that Facebook page. That red light's on. That means it's go time. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Flex Zone 1. And, of course, more importantly, subscribe, people, to that Flex Zone podcast.
The first one.
On YouTube as well. Call in, talk to us, 301-429-WBGR. Questions, ideas, comments, want to be a guest. You can comment on Facebook or email us, theflexzone1@gmail.com if you want to sit up here with the panel. And each week, I cannot do this show alone. I'm joined by a great group of guys and always have some fun guests. It's blow the whistle time with Cousin D.
Yes, it is, baby. It's time. Yes, indeed. We're blowing the whistle tonight, all night long for you folks. And it's all YouTube promotion night. Check out the Flex Zone podcast. The first one, of course. And Dine Sporting Network got the Bronson League action up. Other action coming up in August. So it's a busy month ahead.
Well, you can't see his eyes, but it's always goofy time. The cards are in play. It's Crevonte.
Hey, what's up, guys? At Crevonte Hurt, CREVONTEHURDE. Facebook, Twitter, Crevonte_Hurt on Instagram. I wish you would say something.
I'm letting you be great, big fella.
All right, here we go. Bang, there we go.
Last but not least, the straw that stirs the drink, the man of 1,000 nicknames, the new Steve Jobs. The technological advancement. We call him the bishop because he preaches the gospel.
That's
he doesn't raise the bar because he is the bar.
Nobody calls him that. That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
My brother from the name.
That's not a thing.
Oh, Lord. How much he paying you a week?
I'm just saying, like, who is it?
Hey, look, man, I let you be great. Look, I'm more coast to coast than Sports Center right now.
There you go. Andre Nelson.
That was good.
I like that.
I
like that.
Good.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'll put it out for that. I like that.
This is your boy Drizzy Dre, Mr. One and Only. Follow me on Instagram, Black America Dream, and Twitter, Andre 1A Melton.
This episode action-packed. Interview with Fox Sports 1's own Rob Parker. We talk power with Brian Waters, Crevonte's Goofy of the Week, Flex Talk, and Rapid Fire. Let's get straight to it, but before we do so, let's take a quick moment of silence for Brickhouse Brown, Nikolai Volkov, and Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher. Quick moment of silence. All right, let's get back to it. Our first guest, he's not a friend, he's family. You may see him on a show every morning called Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. He does Coast to Coast Radio. He does it all. He talks MLB. He writes. He's a legend in this game, and he's giving us some time here on the Flex Zone. We call him Uncle. Uncle Rob Parker, thank you for joining us again here on the Flex Zone. We appreciate you.
Always, man. Thanks for having me. You know I appreciate it.
Well, let's get straight to it. First, we got to celebrate you, Unc. You're going to be winning Sports Journalist of the Year by the National Association of Black Journalists this coming week in the hometown of Rob Parker, the D, baby. Detroit's finest, Uncle Rob. How you feel, Uncle Rob? We got to congratulate you on that.
Man, you know what? It is a big honor. It's the NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, is an organization I've been a part of since 1988, and there's nothing better than being recognized by your own people and your peers. So it's a great honor for me. I'm very thrilled about it. I'm excited. I can't wait to get to Detroit for the convention, which starts on Wednesday, and it'll be fun. I'm going to take it all in. I'll be able to hang out with so many family and friends and other people in the business from all over the country, so I'm thrilled.
Well, no better person deserves that award than you, and it's only right that you get it in your hometown. Again, we wanted to be the first to congratulate you. It's well deserved.
Well, I appreciate that, and you know what's crazy is I'm originally from New York, but I've been in Detroit so long, and the people adopted me. It became my second home, my second hometown. So it's just an awesome feeling to be able to do it there. You know, where I opened the barbershop, where I got married, where I got divorced, all the other things. I kind of grew up in Detroit, man, became a man, so it's a good place.
Well, Uncle Rob, it's been a while since we talked to you. We're going to get straight to it. We're going to talk a little bit of everything, but first things first, LeBron has joined L.A. You warned him not to go to the West many times, probably over a year now, since we've been watching you. Your thoughts and what you think is going to happen?
You know what? I'm convinced that LeBron's out of the championship business, and he's in L.A. more to be a movie star than he is to win titles. I think LeBron just wanted to be in L.A. It has nothing to do with trying to chase Michael Jordan to win championships. And if he wins one, good, but I don't think that's his main focus. As you can see with the deals that he's already sprung out here, and the whole notion that LeBron all of a sudden would change up his game. He always wants a stacked deck when he goes somewhere. For him to basically join a team without knowing what it's going to be like or if anybody else is coming or whatever tells me a lot that LeBron has turned his sights to to something else. I'm not saying that he's not going to compete or play. I just don't think that's number one on his list anymore. I think he came out to L.A. to be the next Meryl Streep, so we have to wait and see how that plays out.
Hey, Uncle Rob, with this roster the way it is now, where does this Los Angeles Lakers team rank in the Western Conference?
I don't know, sixth. I just don't know. I don't know how this is going to mesh together, how it's going to work. Do they get knocked out in the first round, second round? I just don't know yet. But I don't think it's nearly the layup that a lot of people think it is. Oh yeah, okay, LeBron's on the Lakers. Now they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals. I just don't see that, and I also think that LeBron also this way, if he does come out west, because I thought he really was trying to win some more championships. Philly would have been the move. But now I look at it as LeBron either looks at it as if I can't knock off the Warriors, right, to get a chance to win a championship, so you'd have to knock them off before to have a chance to win. And if he can't do that, at least he won't get another finals loss on his record. You know what I mean? Either he knocks him out in order to get to the finals, or he doesn't get to the finals and doesn't have a loss.
That's the truth that's been preached there, Rob. I love it. And being a Laker fan, you're 100% right. He came to Los Angeles to be just a movie star. On the show, we refer to him as the guy from Akron when we talk basketball. He's the guy from Akron.
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
We love it.
Well, they refer to him as the guy from Akron.
All right, here we go. Here comes.
Oh, no,
I refer to him.
What you pulling out?
I refer to him. I was cleaning up, and I found an old shirt, baby. Because LeBron, all y'all say that LeBron is dead, not going to win another championship. But that's what he's going to do. It's a song right here. Because what LeBron is going to do, Uncle Rob, he's not going to win one. He's going to win 2 championships in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. I'll book it. I'll get you. Give me that shirt.
Well, I'll say this, is that Father Time is undefeated.
That it is.
And everybody thinks that LeBron is going to keep playing at this level 4 years from now. I think you're crazy. I really believe if he doesn't win in the first 2 years, he'll never win in L.A. It's not the other way around. I think that's why I'm shocked that LeBron was willing to give up this year at this age with the minutes he has on his body and the miles he has. It's weird that he would just be willing to say, okay, yeah, the first year I'll just give it up and try to put a team together. Normally he wants it already put together where he can compete for a championship. And right now I don't see that in the first year. To me, if he doesn't win a championship in the first 2 years, he won't win in L.A.
This season, the Warriors are 5 All-Stars in your starting lineup, so I'm not anticipating this year. I could see Western Conference Finals next year.
They better stay out there. They better stay out.
He's not going to the Western Conference Finals. I think that's just a pipe dream, and I'll bet you 20 chicken wings right now that he don't make it to the Western Conference Final.
You feel lucky, Dre?
I'll take you up on that.
Man, you don't know that too. I'm
going John Pollock. Remember that.
Okay.
Now, Uncle Rob, speaking of Western Conference real quick, just today finalized the buyout of Carmelo. Somebody that we talk about a lot on the show. He'll be going to Houston. Does that put them over the top?
No, it sets them back, actually. Carmelo doesn't work. We saw it in OKC. It didn't work out. Too many cooks spoil the broth, man. It doesn't work out. It doesn't even fit. They lost Trevor Ariza, and they lost some defensive guys. And to add Carmelo, it makes no sense. I don't believe that it's going to work out. I think he's going to have the same issue. And Carmelo said, "Hey, I'm going to come off the bench. I'm going to be that main offensive threat. When those other guys sit down and play that way, then I would buy it. But playing and being a starter and being in the mix with Harden and Chris Paul, I just don't think it's going to work." Mike D'Antoni quit the Knicks in part because of Carmelo Anthony, and now all of a sudden it's okay and Carmelo Anthony's going to Houston. It doesn't make any sense. It's a bad fit. You're just adding a name, but you're not adding what you really need to beat the Warriors.
I don't even think like Carmelo Anthony was just one of the reasons why things didn't work out in New York with D'Antoni. I think he was the reason. I think he was the main reason, because it's hard to put a team around a guy who's all about me, and then he's not willing to change any aspect of his game to better the team. Like, there's no way you could win around that. And him already adding to a team led by James Harden and Chris Paul, how is he possibly going to fit in it? This is a goofy big three now.
Chris, when in the past, when Carmelo Anthony has always had a point guard, he's done real good. Remember when he was with Chauncey Billups, they went to the Western
No,
Conference?
that was because of Chauncey Billups. Go back and you got revisionist history. Chauncey Billups took that team to the Western Conference Finals. It didn't have nothing to do with Carmelo Anthony as much. Chauncey changed that team and had a great season for them. And if I remember, Chauncey faltered in the Western Conference Finals, and that's why they fell on their face. Carmelo didn't elevate them once Chauncey went down. Well, I mean, when they started to play poorly in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm not buying into that. I mean, Carmelo hasn't had enough success for me in the postseason for me to believe that he's a game changer or impact player with Houston. I just don't see it. I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't see it.
Not even his friendship with Chris Paul?
I don't think that means anything. I mean, you could be boys and friends or whatever, but it's about a fit. Just putting three names together doesn't mean you're going to win. It just doesn't. If the chemistry's not there, if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. And I think people are starting to find that out, that just because somebody has a big name or has a high scoring average in his career doesn't mean you're going to win anything.
And look at the Rockets bench.
No, that part he's right. He's right.
I'm just saying, eventually, Carmelo Anthony is not no spring chicken. He's definitely not as young as he used to be. He's going to get tired. And he already doesn't play defense, so when he goes to sit down, who's going to replace him?
Well,
Me?
Him nor James Harden play defense on it.
Listen, it's a whole lot of non-defense being played. It's a whole lot of
non-defense. And they lost defensive players in the offseason. It just doesn't make sense to me what Houston's trying to do. So I guess we'll wait and see, and maybe they like being runners-up again or whatever, but I'd be stunned.
Now, Rob, I'm going to switch it over to baseball, but still on the West Coast. LA Dodgers has got Manny Machado. I know Magic put the big smile on his face once again. He's happy. Do you think this gets the Dodgers over the hump in the National League to get back to the World Series?
Well, they got to be the favorites. I mean, one of the favorites to beat in the National League, getting a generational player like Manny Machado. In fact, tonight is his first home game in Los Angeles. And people here are stoked if it's 3 months or if he signs a deal or whatever. Dodgers haven't won a World Series since 1988. The trading deadline's tomorrow. Who knows if they add another pitcher or what happens? And then even the talk that they were interested in called about Bryce Harper, and maybe Bryce Harper might be on the trading block tomorrow if the Nationals feel like they're out of it and they can't win. And maybe they try to move Bryce Harper, who's going to be a free agent after this season. But this is going to be interesting. Washington probably won't do it because they'd be afraid to move him and lose out on him. But if they really believe that he's not coming back and he's going to leave in free agency and they don't have a chance to win, it might be the best move to try to add a player or two prospect, and maybe, like say, if they traded with the Dodgers, Yasiel Puig, who plays right field, you trade him and 3 prospects, and you get Bryce Harper, and then they would have Manny Machado and Bryce Harper.
Do you think that's gonna happen? That Bryce Harper leaves?
It's just been out there. I mean, that's the talk that all these teams, you got to think about it. If you remember a couple of years ago, the Yankees traded Aroldis Chapman, right, to the Cubs, and he was the one who helped them win the World Series, and then Aroldis came back to the Yankees and signed a deal. So they got rid of him because they were out of it. They knew that it didn't make any sense. And remember, the golden nugget in that trade is that they got Gleyber Torres, the second baseman, that kid who they got in that trade for Chapman. So not only did they get a starting second baseman in Torres, they also got Aroldis back. So what if the Nationals could do something similar to that, where they trade him and then, jump back into the free agent market and then try to sign him? It's going to be interesting.
I'm saying the Nationals have to do something. And I'm thinking, ever since the whole Dusty Baker, basically being backdoored, booted out, things haven't been the same. I'm not sure what's going on. The culture is definitely not the same. It's just like, I don't feel it anymore. I'm not as confident in this team as I was in previous years. And now we're talking about losing our best player that we've had in a very long time, maybe since the inception of the team. So I think since it's looking like the Nationals are about out of it, probably the best thing it would be to move Bryce Harper.
They're only 7 games out, so it's not like it's impossible. There's still 2 months of baseball to be played. So they're not, and with the pitching that they have, and remember, the Phillies are young and the Braves are young. Maybe one of those 2 teams or both of them collapse down the stretch, you know what I mean, when the tough gets going. So those are the reasons that the Nationals probably won't do it. They feel like they got enough pitching and they have the experience and they've been there and done that, and maybe they're waiting for these 2 teams to cool off and maybe choke down the stretch. So it's probably the reason why they won't do it.
Well, Uncle Rob, we got 2 more things we want to get to you real quick. In the AL, it's a 3-team race, it looks like, maybe with Cleveland in the back as the 4th team. Red Sox, best record in all of baseball. Yankees hanging around. Got some injuries with Judge. And world champion Astros adding to their bullpen today. Who do you like in the AL?
Yeah, that's going to be a tough race. It's very interesting. Boston's been gangbusters. The Yankees, Judge is hurt. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. You got to see how they keep it together during those 3 weeks without their big bat and Judge. Houston, of course, is going to be viable. I think it's going to be a great American League playoffs. And then you got, Seattle's playing well. You got the A's playing well. I mean, it's just amazing. And then you got Cleveland. So there's right there's 5 or 6 really good teams in the American League. It's going to be a bloodbath. Some good team is going to get knocked out that on any other year probably would have had a chance to get to the World Series. But right now, it's just the Boston Red Sox look like a machine. But then again, remember, they were really good last year and got knocked out in the first round. So you just don't know how it plays out once you get to the playoffs.
That's true.
And real quick, earlier on Undisputed, you talked about the NFL side with Dak and Zeke defending Jerry Jones on this national anthem policy. Real quick, can you just reiterate what you said, and what do you think is going to happen moving forward?
I just think it's disappointing to hear those guys try to convince people that Jerry Jones didn't scare them into, threaten them with their jobs. I just don't. You're always going to be a man first before you're a football player. And when people try to tell you about how important football is to other people, when we're talking about social justice, there's nothing bigger than social justice at the end of the day. One of these days, they'll pull that uniform off of those guys and they'll realize that they're a bigger fish to fry in life. And no one's saying that you should give up your job or quit or whatever, but you got to stand as a man. You can't let people take your manhood over a job and over the threat of money. Those people who are doing that stuff, Jerry Jones and whatnot, they wind up not respecting those guys anyway because they realize they're just puppets and it's all about money, and those people will bend and turn the other way just because they play football on Sunday. I got news for those guys. Life is bigger than that, and some of the biggest sacrifices, people forget that people made for those guys even playing the National Football League. That league used to be 100% white, and people, I think, don't remember the protests and all the other stuff that people had to do just to get an opportunity for us to play in that league, and it's a shame. I think down the road, people will wind up Dak and Ezekiel Elliott will wind up on the wrong side of history. So many people have done it before, and they think they're doing the right thing, but they're not. And I'm not saying they have to participate in the protest, but the way that they tried to convince people that this was on their own volition, I just thought wasn't legit, and it didn't come across as genuine to me.
Well, Uncle Rob, we appreciate the insight as always. How can they keep up with you? How can they watch you? How can they listen to you and keep up with you?
All right, you could check out my column at theshadowleague.com. You can listen to me and Chris Bouchard on our radio show on Fox Sports Radio, The Odd Couple, every Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can see me on Undisputed and The Herd Monday through Friday on FS1. And again, guys, thanks so much for the well wishes, and I'm very excited about going to Detroit and picking up that award for the Sports Journalist of the Year from NABJ. So thanks a lot, guys, and always a pleasure.
Well, appreciate it. We'll have you back to talk some baseball.
No question about it.
Man.
I'll catch you Thursday. I'll be there.
All right, we'll see you down there.
All right,
man,
Rob,
take it
thank
easy.
you.
Take it easy.
Rob Parker, ladies and gentlemen, family here on the Flex Zone. Great segment with him. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got that Flex Talk, diving more into some hot sports topics here on the Flex Zone. The only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. We'll be right back after this break.
What's good, everybody? You already know who it is. Drizzy Dre, Mr. One and Only, the man of 1,000 nicknames. And all I'm saying is go ahead and like our Facebook page, The Flex Zone. You see us every Monday at 10 p.m. on WBGR. So you might as well go ahead and hit that like button for me. Not asking for much. Hit that like button. You already know what it is.
Hey, this is Crevonte Hurd, the co-founder of the Flex Zone. Follow me on Instagram at Crevonte_Hurd. Follow the Flex Zone at the Flex Zone 1. Also, like our content. Please leave comments. Trust me, you like what you hear.
We're back here on the Flex Zone. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Red Lights back on. We're live. Check in on everybody on Facebook. Shout out to Forte Martin with the Hello Wave. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you checking everybody on Facebook. We're shouting you out. Twitter poll.
The Twitter.
Follow us at the Flex Zone 1. Which team will win the World Series? We got Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, Astros. Hang in there, Dre. I know some injuries. Yankees still doing well. They got J.A. Hatt. They got a pitcher. So they'll be all right.
Yeah, Zach Britton.
And Zach Britton.
I'm very confident because my Yankees right now, they're making a bunch of moves because we're doing what's best for business.
Wow, card.
Much like yourself.
Wow, card.
Well, Flex Talk is the next segment. We're going to get right
got
into
a
it.
flex it. Hold on.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
Yuck.
What are you doing? The big papa?
That's right, baby. Flex Talk every week.
Big booty daddy.
Oh my gosh. Hey. Oh my gosh. You're doing too much.
First things first.
You're doing a lot.
I don't know if anyone cares, but First Take is moving to New York. What? I'm being honest.
Once again. What?
I mean,
Your favorite show, Crevonte, right?
Oh gosh, you know it's the furthest thing from my favorite show.
I gotta admit that the B plus players they got on there right now, though.
The
This is probably the worst of the B plus players they've ever had.
Sheesh.
you don't like Dominic Foxworth? No. They had some lady on there today.
Right, some lady, right?
Wow.
I wasn't able to really catch it, but
My man Freddie Jackson, shout out to him, man. Bring
Freddie Coleman?
Yeah, Freddie Coleman.
Freddie Jackson.
Freddie Coleman, my bad.
Freddie Jackson.
Hey, we'll take that too.
And Scoop.
Oh yeah, Scoop
Oh
Jackson.
yeah.
Scoop. I think that's he put the name together. I think
I love me some Scoop Jackson.
I think he was on. I think as Dwayne says that damn R&B music.
Freddie Jackson.
You care? Do you care?
I mean, a lot of sports shows are moving there. What Chris Carter's show moved there.
First things first.
First things last. Is like
Oh boy.
The show with Jalen Rose. What's the,
Oh,
Get Up?
yeah, Get Up.
Get Down.
Stay sleep.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Stay sleep.
That's in New
That's
York.
what I do.
So I mean,
That's
it seems to be the move. It'll be easier for Skip and Skip. For
I wish. Are you breaking news? I was like, yes.
Skip going back.
Yes.
talking about go down memory lane. No,
Right.
but,
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
no, it'll be easier for Max and Stephen A. I think to come out of New York to be able to do the show. So
They're mainly there when they're not in Bristol anyway.
That's true, because
So
like 8% of the
they
time
both
they're not
live
even
they both live in New
Bristol.
York.
So I mean, if it's best for them, then I say why not?
Well, it was definitely a huge inconvenience with it being in Bristol. Like
They live in New York.
No, nobody lives in Bristol. Like, why are we even doing this?
And shout
So
out
I
to
think-
Molly. She just got married to Jalen Rose.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
They tied the knot.
Big up to Jalen.
Shout out to Jalen Rose, baby. Shoot that club up,
I
baby.
knew
Do
you
what you
did.
do. That's right,
No,
Jalen
no,
Rose.
no,
You
sit
make
down.
us proud.
Sit down.
You keep doing what
Sit
you're doing,
down.
baby. We love it.
Sit
Hit the
down.
flex zone.
Sit down.
You
Sit
know,
down.
you know what?
I'm with you, Byron.
No.
My man.
Shoot it all the way
The
up.
views of them last comments do not reflect the views of the flex.
Shoot it all.
I'm trying to leave.
Shoot it all the way up.
Shout out on Facebook, the Sunny Bison. He said they're more like D minus, D. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate
I guess I'm
that.
not putting these down this segment. That's what you're
So
telling me.
from shooting up the club to throwing touchdown passes.
What? That's not a thing.
Dre, you put on here Lamar Jackson or Joe Flacco, but I want to maybe tailor it more to: do we see Lamar Jackson on the field this season in trick plays, or is he start maybe? D, you were on the bandwagon. Matter of fact, let's get you to blow the whistle. For those who missed last week, that's what the Ravens gonna do, baby. You looking at them.
Ravens, baby.
That's right.
We're going back to the playoffs,
That's right.
baby. We are going to win the AFC North.
That's right.
We're getting it done.
That's right.
Lamar Jackson's going to focus. He threw a touchdown pass Joe Flacco the other day.
He did.
He's looking good. He is looking great. And you're going to see Thursday night firsthand the new birth of Raven Mania.
That's right. So you like little trick plays with Lamar?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Keep him engaged.
Trey, we
I
know
like
you like Lamar Jackson. He's
I-
electric,
I'm-
much like yourself.
Thank you, sir. I'm a
My
huge-
At least y'all don't
God.
have the same hair.
What?
What
What are we doing here?
Like, look, man, like the Rock, I'm electric.
No, stop doing stuff.
Just like you can't stop Dre, you can't stop Lamar Jackson from getting that starting job, baby.
He will next year, okay? He will
Nah,
next year.
I think by the end of the season he
I don't think Flacco's going to play that.
So Crevonte, voice of reason, as we call you. Do you want to see Lamar Jackson this year, or are you just intrigued by the dynamic?
I don't think there's much of a dynamic between him and Joe Flacco. I think it's either one or the other. I just don't want you guys to treat him like what's that guy, Troy Smith? I don't want y'all I just don't want y'all to treat him.
Lamar is way better than Troy.
They actually want Lamar to play. They actually want Lamar to play.
And he is former Heisman Trophy winner, absolutely. The only way he gets on the field this year is if Joe Flacco gets injured.
Exactly.
I agree.
I don't think he's going to win outright in training camp, but he should have that second spot for sure.
The biggest key is, will Whoopi Goldberg III make this Ravens team? That's the big question.
Nah, I don't think so. I think the bigger questions are still around Lamar Jackson. How much of him we'll see. I don't think RG3 makes it.
We're going to see a lot of him Thursday night.
I forgot he was still in the league.
That's crazy. He's on the team.
He's on the team.
He's on the team.
One of the teams. Well, one of the teams you like.
Well,
on the team.
Crevonte, I can't leave you out of this Raven talk. I got to slide this in there. Redskins training camp. Anything stand out to you early on, or you just
apparently not.
Okay, nothing to talk about.
I got mentioned quite
everybody-
A lot of injuries.
Everybody is raving about, and then the wide receivers and the guys on the offensive side of the ball is raving about Alex Smith and his leadership. This is obviously not. It's not of course not a knock against Kirk Cousins, but he didn't have the leadership qualities that Alex Smith had, and it's showing. And he's like day one, everybody just gravitated to him, and he's talking, obviously communicating well, and things are looking up for once in Ashburn and DC and Landover and the many other places. That we have.
The DMV Skins. That's what it should be
So
nicknamed.
you like that,
The
huh?
Virginia Redskins.
You like that?
Listen, I gotta see it on the field, but we do have a proven winner at quarterback, which we haven't had in a while.
True that.
So
That was
things are looking up.
That was his phrase, right? Like that.
Yeah, like
Like that.
Deron Payne
Got to get healthy.
have to that's a must.
And Jonathan,
Allen.
yeah, he's hurt.
He stayed hurt.
That D line, that's your D line.
It's not
And we know you love the boys up front.
Absolutely, and there's Alabama boys up front.
Yes.
Absolutely, I love them.
Right
love
now-
them,
If they
love
can
them,
get on the
love
field, though, that defense will be improved.
Right now, his knee is rolling tide.
Oh,
right
boy.
now, you know? We don't need that.
them. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm liking for once. I'm actually excited about our quarterback position.
And Geis will probably be the running back.
Oh man, I'm hearing some reports that he's a little bit childish, but
No.
I'm hoping he turns things around because the boy got some jets and the boy
Yes,
got
he
some
can play.
moves.
Well, that's the Redskins, the Virginia's Redskins report.
The
from
DMV.
Crevonte.
DMV
Oh my
was-
gosh!
Now,
Why are we
Well,
with so many different locations?
speaking
Washington
of
Football Club.
Crevonte,
Hush.
your what? Your dog, your puppy. He held out. He was holding out.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Your dog. I wanted to say your dog, but
How
well, no, he held
That's
out.
my dog.
He held out, and then he went the next day. What is that?
Listen.
Huh?
It's some
There
talks
you go.
going on that they're getting it together. I think he must have made a phone call. Well, probably not him. His agent made a phone call, and they said, "Okay, we'll get it together. Just come to camp," because they know if you don't come to camp, that offense may be in shambles.
And the GM, Dimitrov, and Coach Dan Quinn both got extensions. So he's saying, "Where's mine?"
I mean, is it?
Keep that job.
Well, T.O. told him don't go to camp. That's all.
Look, we should
wow.
listen to T.O.
Gosh, I hope he's not listening to T.O., but I think
Please,
it's
God.
well worth it. He's top 2 receiver in the league.
He'll be number 1 working out with T.O., right?
No.
Have you seen that T.O. workout plan?
I'm by all means, but when you work out with somebody, you take on the mannerisms of them
Start to rub
too.
off.
I don't want those mannerisms for Julio.
Well, your dog will get some more dog if he's with the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. The Hall of Fame not even gonna be there.
Right.
That's because he's got his own celebration.
I guess.
Speaking of other
I
holdouts, congrats on Otar Gurley got broke off.
That's
Extension, guaranteed money. What? For like $45 million guaranteed.
45 million guaranteed.
Gosh,
I know
you know what Le'Veon Bell doing?
He like,
And that's what was my
where
next
mine,
question.
man?
I think he tweeted, and y'all thought I was crazy with the eye emoji.
Yeah.
Congrats, Todd Gurley. So, Todd Gurley got paid. They paid Brandon Cooks, Aaron Donald. He'll get paid eventually. Jared Goff, the next couple years. Rams locking up everybody.
I'm Le'Veon Bell.
I tell you,
Le'Veon Bell.
I tell you, doing that too. The Steelers like, God.
So Le'Veon Bell is all but gone.
He's
after
gone.
this year.
Yeah, he's gone because there's no way.
Hey.
There's no way. They don't have the money.
Hey.
They don't have the money to do it on a long-term basis. That's why they keep franchising this guy. They treat him. It's looking like he's going down to Kirk Cousins'
Yeah.
timeline.
Gentlemen, I'm making a pitch right now.
There you go.
Look, Mr. Bell, be a Raven,
Stand
baby.
up. Blow the
We need
whistle.
you.
There you
We
go.
need you
There
to
you go.
come.
Blow the
We
whistle,
need you
baby.
to come, baby.
There you
We'll
go.
give you all the money you want. Come on to Baltimore, baby. You can be a
Baltimore
Raven
don't pay
today.
nobody, man.
We're
Sit
gonna
down.
pay. We're gonna pay for Mr.
No,
Bell.
you're not.
Oh, you gonna open up the coupon book?
Yes, we are,
That's
baby.
right.
We're
Ain't no
gonna give them all the
My
coupons.
gosh, my gosh,
Right out
my
the book. Come be a Raven today, brother. We need you.
Any
Coupon book.
any
Ain't no
destinations?
coupons gonna get Le'Veon Bell in Baltimore. Y'all don't pay nobody, man.
Hey, look. Them
Now, wait a
coupon-
minute. We do. We paid Joe Flacco, and you see what happened when we did pay somebody.
Exactly, and but your boy, y'all 2 different pages. That's why it's not gonna work. Goofy.
Where does he go? Any ideas yet, or is wait and see?
I
Honestly, I
who got
can't-
some money?
Hey, look,
Who
you
got some
should be
money?
standing up. You're scared. You should be.
Nah, we good.
making a
We good.
pitch.
They got young
We
cheap
got
talent.
we
They
got
got
young
young
talent. We
labor. Young
good.
cheap
We
labor.
good. We good. We good.
Well, I mean, there were reports of y'all getting Dez. So,
I mean,
I mean,
right now,
there
nobody.
are reports of everybody in the NFC East
Nobody
getting
want
this.
that.
Like,
But
whatever.
nah, seriously though, about Le'Veon Bell, I don't know where he would go because the game has changed so much.
Listen,
From a running back game originally to now.
But he
such
can
a
pass
quarterback-
catch,
it's
right?
but it's such a
He can
quarterback
pass catch.
driven
who
game.
can't answer me? Who got money?
But I'm not
Cleveland.
Yay! Yikes! He gonna stay in the division? Yikes!
sure. But I mean, to me, it's
No,
just.
no, yeah,
I
right,
mean,
yeah, come on.
Maybe
I-
Oakland.
I hear what you're saying, D, about his skill level, but I'm just saying since the game has changed so much, it's like in basketball,
Indianapolis
uh,
Colts.
the Colts.
Colts. Yeah, that's a good
Colts.
pick.
Maybe.
I mean, look, Andrew Luck could use everybody.
Andrew Luck.
Lottie Dottie.
Lottie Dottie,
Hey,
everybody
he actually has an offensive line this year. It might work.
Hey,
But I mean,
Might not be on this
I
back.
mean,
Not
but I mean, they threw out the Colts. But I mean, what about a team like Houston where they have the receiver?
They're one
You
piece
get
away,
you-
maybe.
you get-
Woo,
because
boy, imagine you went there.
Devontae would love that. wouldn't he?
Ah,
Surely
Lord.
would.
Arian Foster is long in the tooth,
Deshaun-
so I mean,
Des-
yeah.
Deshaun-
Hold on,
What?
is
He
he
gone.
still
Hey, he gone.
ain't
Hey, Foster has a
talking about
pride.
2 years ago.
He does music now.
Is
He
living
does
his best
music.
life
He
right
does
now.
music.
He ain't worried about no football.
So I'm saying they haven't had a
Foster.
running back since Arian Foster, so I mean that would be a good.
Sean Watson, Le'Veon Bell,
Ooh.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Hopkins?
Fuller.
Fuller?
Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
And that defense is already. Oh boy.
JJ, you just gotta stay healthy.
Now,
Oh boy.
shout out to co-founder Patriarch. Straw that serves a drink, Dre. We got
Gosh, he keeps doing
superstar or star. I'm gonna run through some names.
Here
Y'all
we
tell
go.
me superstar or star. I like this
Patriarch.
because it gets very interesting as we get ready to wrap up. Flex up. Bryce Harper.
Superstar.
No
Agreement
question.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the next one we know is a superstar. Mike Trout, best player in baseball.
He's just a starter.
Really? Why do you say that?
I mean, because for Bryce Harper to be in D.C. and then Mike Trout, you don't even remember Mike Trout. I mean, for the guy to be the best player in all of baseball, he really gets swept under the radar. Not to say that he does, like I said, he has the skill level and everything, but Bryce Harper has that personality that just people just gravitate to. And Mike Trout gets.
I gotta admit,
You
Dre's right
know
on
what?
this one.
That's fair.
Dre's right
That's
on
fair.
this
How you put that? That's fair to say because coming with the athletic ability is the personality too.
Right.
Which is why when I'll wait till we get there. Never mind.
Kevin Durant,
Come on now. Next.
Superstar.
arguably the best player in the league, depending on who you ask.
Right.
Beast mode.
They put him on the list.
I would say he's not anything right now.
Is he going to play?
He's a wet paper bag right
I
now.
don't, I don't know.
John Gruden, you need to get a Goofy Award. Not talking to your best player, Khalil Mack. You fool.
He still
He's
think you on Monday
starting
Night
off-
Football. I gotta forgive him. He still think you on
He's
that.
starting off his 10-year process on the wrong foot.
Oh, because it's not going to go off on any foot. It's not going.
Yikes.
This thing ain't going to last 10 years.
How many years you think he'd be running back to broadcasting? How many years?
I give it
4.
5.
I say 3.
I say
Four.
5. I say 5 just to be.
I
nice.
say he survives the move, and then that's it.
4.
But but I'm glad you actually brought that part up because I think that was part of why they got him out of the booth. You needed somebody. If you're making that big of a move from Oakland to Vegas,
yeah.
you need a superstar coach
Yeah,
like
you do.
that. So, I mean, it's fitting, but this thing ain't gonna last long. And the way that they're doing in the AFC is changing so much. I don't see Oakland winning a chip. I think that their window, if they do, is very, very small because they took a huge step back last year.
I agree. Last one, Kawhi Leonard, newest member of the Toronto Raptors. I say star, but that's just me.
Star
With the
You
potential.
you can't quit on your team.
He definitely has the potential to be a superstar, but the guy doesn't talk, man. He don't communicate. He doesn't do anything outside of playing basketball.
M.I.A. Kane, back in the day, we used to have the voice box. My name is Kai Kawhi.
Did he show up the USA training camp?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I seen them working out like crazy. They doing they had a big one-on-one tournament that Kevin Durant ended up winning.
Well, of course.
I didn't see him, and Kyrie wasn't. I think he's still going through his injury.
Kawhi is similar to Trout, where they both have the skill set,
I agree.
but they're both
Which is why.
but they just don't have the
Which is
personality.
why I lose you.
And the difference is though, Beast Mode, he has the personality there, even though he's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
So it's different.
It
He
is.
can be that. He's the perfect example of somebody that's quiet but still has that superstar presence to it.
Because, man, he got in the press conferences, man. Everybody can't do it in the press conferences,
But-
man. That's different.
And I mean, it showed up too on the field too, like
Yeah.
the dancing and everything. So in the Skittles, I mean,
Skittles.
so he has
Sure.
it there. He just doesn't want to talk to
Not now, though.
media. He doesn't want to talk to the media.
Not now, though.
Definitely.
Time
Sonny
came
checking
away.
back in. Lamar will see the field this season. He thinks it's inevitable that Flacco will struggle. I think Flacco's going to have a good year.
I do too.
I think honestly, I think
Define
he does,
good.
I think honestly, like I mean, because
can
if you're
get
coming up on coming up on a
4,000 yards, man.
coming up on a contract year, he won the Super Bowl before. So
Sure.
I mean, this is a guy who can bet on himself, and he wants to. I mean, if he does hit free agency, he wants to look good. So
If the
I think
O-line holds up and the weapons stay healthy, he has a shot.
but
I think the O-line. I think the O-line is
That's the
what's most
Ravens'
important.
greatest weakness, though.
I agree, especially
Like it
inside.
does.
Especially
Really?
inside.
I think their greatest hole is going to be on the defensive side because it's an older defense.
The
But you
pass
got
rush scares me. There's a lot of youth on the secondary.
youth on the secondary area, man, and the defensive line. I think they'll be fine.
I think the defense, because, the culture is still there. So I think as long as somebody's there from the old school, Terrell Suggs, hopefully get these boys together and they could at least resemble a little bit of what the old Ravens used to do. I think the defense will be okay. But that offensive line, Joe Flacco won't make it through the year.
If Yonder don't play, he better pray.
And then Lamar will be running for his life.
Hopefully Orlando Brown can live up to it. But Dre and D, I got to get you in real quick. Didn't forget All Women's pay-per-view in October. We talked a little bit about it last
I'm
week.
interested. You have my attention.
Cravonte's interested.
October
Yeah,
28,
get my
baby.
Give people the short and abbreviated version of what to expect. D and Dre.
First of all, I'm tired of the WWE patting themselves on the back about this whole women evolution stuff. UFC, other organizations started this. The WWE was a part of the whole Divas thing. We had bra and panty matches. So
Yes, bring those back.
no. Props to them and
Bring them
getting
back.
into the 21st century, but they don't need to be patting themselves on the back. That being said, though, I want to see the horsewomen against the MMA horsewomen led by Ronda Rousey. That should be a great main event at Evolution if it happens.
I mean, for it to be an all women's pay per view, it's about time. You have people there like Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax. I mean, we can keep going down the list because I mean, there was a point in time where it was just 4 women who were leading the revolution, and now to succumb to what it is. I mean, the WWE has gone a long way, like you said, from the bra and panties matches when they actually had women who could wrestle, like Jacqueline, and you didn't use them. Now you're using your talent, and I think that they have enough talent where we've argued before.
It's time for a show, don't you think?
I mean, back to WrestleMania when you had Charlotte versus Asuka, who could have closed out the show before. You've had what was it? Sasha and Charlotte, who actually closed out a pay per view.
Yes.
So I mean, they've main evented Raw. So I mean, the women are on their way, and I'm curious to see what matches they put together. I mean, we've seen Sasha and Bayley in an Iron Women match.
I don't want to talk about the train wreck that's been on Raw lately, but
no, I was talking about from the NXT days
gotcha.
when they stole the show.
Right,
so
right.
It's very possible for the women to do it, and I think that I think this may arguably be the pay per view of the year.
It'd be very quickly. Would be nice to see we can trim Raw back down to 2 hours. That one extra hour, give it to an all women's show. Thursday nights on USA Network. That'd be great.
You said trim it down? How long is it now?
3 hours.
Lord have it.
Well,
yes. And also Ronda Rousey, Charlotte. We should be building that for 35 WrestleMania main event in New York, New Jersey.
You know what though? That may have to be a topic for In Between the Zone about Raw being 3 hours because there's arguments as to why it should be 3 hours.
I get them arguments, but
now does this pay-per-view? We're going to be there for SummerSlam. Is this a trip to Jimmy's? Is this worthy for a trip to Jimmy's? TBD. Stay tuned.
This man rubbing his hands like Birdman over here, like he won
It may call for an extra trip to Jimmy's.
It might.
But we're going to take a quick break. After this break, the segment you've been waiting for. He's got the cards. It's Goofy time with Crevonte after this break. Goofies of the week. And we got plenty to choose from here on the Flex Zone. We'll be right back.
What's good, everybody? This is Drizzy Dre, Mr. One and Only, the co-founder and executive producer for The Flex Zone. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Flex Zone, to catch us each and every week. All the craziness that you may have heard or you may not have heard. Go ahead to YouTube, subscribe, The Flex Zone, to catch us.
Hey guys, this is Crevonte Hurd here. I am the senior producer and co-founder of The Flex Zone. Follow me, Crevonte Hurd, at CREVONTEHURDE, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Crevonte_Hurd. I am the voice of reason on the show. I point out all goofiness when I see it, and trust me, there is a lot of it. Check us out.
Hey, they're right. Come on, man.
Get out of here. That's what I'm going to do. The goofiness. There it goes.
Back live on the Flex Zone. Hot out the oven, another fresh episode. Only place giving you sports how you want and when you need it. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Got a comment from Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Woman empowerment. Talking about the women's pay-per-view. But the segment you've all been waiting for. You can't wait for it every week because you can't sleep. It's like Christmas Day. It's Goofy time. D, we going to do what?
Oh, yes. We're going into the Goofy Buffet.
You got the cards. It's Goofy time with Crevonte.
It's funny you talked about Christmas because I got the Christmas colors going.
Works perfectly, people.
Crevonte Hurd here, and this is the Goofies of the Week, sponsored by The Flex Zone. I appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to talk about the goofiness that I've seen. And you guys have given me suggestions throughout the week, which I think is beautiful. Maybe we should present it to the audience.
Yes.
Maybe some
Real quick,
other
beautiful Flex Zone listeners out there. If you see a Goofy of the Week, tweet us, Instagram us, hit us up on YouTube. At Crevonte, hashtag Goofy of the Week.
And the Flex Zone, Goofy of the Week, all that goofy stuff.
We take all suggestions from our beautiful listeners. But go ahead, Crevonte.
All right, guys. So I have 3. Like you said, there was a million to choose from. But I broke it down to 3, and I broke it down to these 3 for a specific reason, but you'll see as I go on. So obviously we start with the least goofy green, and we go to the highest goofy red, right? So, first goofy. Papa John's sues Papa John's? Okay. Let's dive into it. So Papa John's, John Schnatter, has filed a lawsuit seeking access to the company's books and records. He said something pretty funny. I thought was very goofy. He accused Papa John's of treating him in an unexplained and heavy-handed way. End quote. What? What are you talking about, sir? You're the one who jumped out there in a meeting with a marketing firm and splurting out racial slurs. Brother, you brought this upon yourself, and it's been reports from you back in the day saying some wild stuff. We're not going to get into it because they basically backdoored you and forced you out, and you resigned. Now you're trying to recoup. It's basically damage control at this point. Right? Low level green. I thought it was more funny than anything. 2. Jerry Jones. Dallas Cowboys. Jones firmly reiterated his position on player protests during the anthem. The Cowboys policy is in place that requires players to stand. He's not even allowing players. He's frowning upon. He didn't say not allowed, but he's frowning upon even players staying in the locker room. Quote, Jerry Jones, our policy is that you stand for the anthem, toe on the line. Sound like a crack of the whip to me. I don't know if you asked me. Foot, feet, toe to the line. Like, I want you on this line. I want y'all to line up and wait for these people to either play it or sing it.
Better line up there, boy.
Exactly. But what's even funnier is, and it's in quotes, he's also not cutting ties with Papa John's. I mean, what? So you cool with him? That's your man's enough. Like y'all cool. Apparently, he owns over 100 different Papa John's franchises. You know, so he's like, I'm not cutting ties with these guys because I tell you, at this point, you can't even sell a Papa John's. At this point, you can't even give away Papa John's at this point.
Have you seen the Papa John's recently, man?
I seen them all lights out.
They look dead.
Lights out. Okay.
Deader than a cemetery, right?
He said, and I quote, "It's very unfortunate for the company and unfortunate for John. But the bottom line is, we own those stores. It's not an endorsement." All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry. Whatever. I don't know what you're doing. We already see you cracking the whip. We get it. All right, you got it. He said, "I'm not cutting ties with Papa John."
You own it. If I own it,
but at this point, you can't sell them. So what you gonna do with them? You better get some real estate jumping again, like how you normally do.
Try to revive that.
Listen, it's hard. Like the CEO is gone. The CEO is suing his former company.
CEO and founder.
Like this writes itself, man. You know this is a high level goofy. Red, throw the green card away. Red, all red. But the third one.
Oh boy.
The third one, I put it as a third one because I think it hurts more so than the goofiness. Still goofy nonetheless, and it's definitely high class red goofy. It is Dak Prescott. I'm gonna read off a couple quotes and my response to the quotes. He had about a 2-minute media session, with the media, and they asked him questions regarding the national anthem. First quote: "I don't think it's a time or a venue." He don't think this is a time or venue to protest injustice. And my response to him is, brother Dak, when is the right time or venue? The answer is there is no right time. And in my opinion, what better time than a football game? And not just a football game, a Cowboys football game. Everybody's watching. The Cowboys are always on TV. This is something. This is not nothing that needs to be glossed over. We're talking about social injustice, and my issue with him is he played it like we've been doing it for years, and he's tired of seeing it. Well, we're tired of it happening, Dak. So if it helped the cause, a move. 2. Protest takes joy out of the game. End quote. My response. What about all these crooked cops and dirty cops taking joys away from families that lose loved ones? I think that's stripping of joy. We're talking about football, the joy of football. But y'all are taking away the joy of life. And you're just glossing over it. Let's keep going. He said, and this is Dak, he said he's up for taking the necessary steps of action. He's not. I think that's the boldest of all bold-faced lies. How am I going to expect you to take the next step, the next action step, and you can't take the first step? And this is the easy one. At the very least, you could do is kneel. I don't even believe in you for the next step. That, brother, we gotta get it together. But my last spiel with this. I have something to say. Dak Prescott, you are the worst kind of black person. You know, the ones that impede the black moving forward as black people. He's that kind. And don't get me wrong, and we all know all black people are not going to be on the same page. Not all black people are going to be down for the cause, which is cool and that's fine. But if that's the case, pick a sideline, the right or the left, and stay there. Because you can't, don't hinder the progress. And sir, in that interview, with this media session, I feel like that's what you did. Cut out. At this point, I just want to know how much they paying you, brother. Because I can't believe that from one black man to another. I can't believe that you actually feel like that. Obviously, Jerry Jones cracked the whip, and y'all scared. You're basically slapping Colin Kaepernick, Malcolm Jenkins, and Eric Reed in the face. And what they doing is pointless and basically not worth it. That you've earned, and it's tough to say, you've earned and entered into Cam Newton and Kanye West round. And you can throw in Stephen A. Smith too. You are now a coon officially in my book. So let's run it back again. Papa John's, John Schnatter, Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and of course Dak Prescott.
You might as well throw Zeke in there too.
Oh, now I heard about Zeke too, but I didn't have no notes for Zeke. You guys are my goofies of the week. Get it together. And Byron, I know you like one of my that quote. There's a thin line between great and goofy, and y'all on the wrong side of it. Get it together.
You don't understand what they trying to do, man?
I think
Them brothers up on contract years.
No, not just that. The fraternities opened up, haven't it?
Coon fi coon.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you know, you know the intake process is happening.
Dre, let's real quick get 2 minutes on the clock, run through this rapid fire, and get Brian Waters in here as we get ready to close the show. But another great segment of Goofies of the Week for Crevonte. But let's get straight into this rapid fire. Machado's a Dodger. Any other team in the NL to look out for?
Cubs. Gotta look out for the Cubs.
I liked what the Bros did too, getting the Stockers.
I did too.
Anything?
For me, it would have been the Cubs, and I still don't sleep on the Nationals, man.
Bryce Harper, is he going to stay in DC? I don't see him getting traded.
Man, I don't think
That was huge news about getting
it.
traded, but I don't see him getting traded.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it.
I don't think they do it.
Dodgers need pitching more than anything. CC Sabathia wants to play one more year. Does he play one more year?
He said them knees hold up. I know how they are. I know how it is about them knees.
Oh my God! Now you know about the knees.
Spurs playoff team now with DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, but I don't think that was like a big. Oh my gosh, they're about to make the playoffs now because I never thought they weren't.
Keeps them about the same, maybe.
Yeah, about the
Yeah.
same.
Michael Beasley's Laker. 1 year deal.
Yuck.
Boo!
Yuck.
I like it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
You like it? New LeBron Merle, you like that? You
yeah,
like that?
actually.
Yeah, I did. Before they messed it up.
Yeah.
They just don't bang with him.
Is it championship or bust for the Steelers if they get Le'Veon Bell on the field?
Yeah, for me right now it's championship or bust because
Gotta get
I
past
mean
the
it's been
Patriots.
too long. They just haven't been able to get past the Patriots. Nor have they had all three guys healthy at the same time. I think if you get all three healthy at the same time, it's possible.
Well, Antonio Brown get that man curse, D?
Yes, yes.
Then this fool up there talking about bring Dez Bryant to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's goofy.
Oh yeah, that would implode the team.
Now, Dre, who should be the quarterback for Roll Tide? Tua Tagovailoa or Jalen Hurts?
I say two. I mean, he did lead them to a championship, and Jalen Hurts. I honestly just haven't really been sold on Jalen Hurts.
Hurt just can't.
So
Football, man.
he hasn't even looked that good.
Alabama
doing it.
quarterbacks don't do it for me, man.
Dre, while we get this last two, go ahead, dial up Waters. Well, we got LeBron. Son wins national championship with his AAU team. He puts on the dunk show, and he opens up a school all in the matter of a couple days. LeBron, baby. The guy from Akron, doing good outside the court.
LeBron James is a great businessman. Props out to him building that school. But the guy from Akron, Skip Bayless, is right again. You should have been in the dunk contest, man. What are you doing, man?
Cavante?
I hate it. I hated it because I was like,
I don't know
why
what-
you keep doing this to us, man?
Right.
Why you putting on the show for
With the hat on. Not moving. Like it's nothing.
Like it's easy to me. I'm like you, and I know you got a very creative mind, sir.
Right.
He could have been bananas, but big ups to him opening that school. That's a huge deal.
Ready?
He understands the life that these kids are living, and he's giving them an opportunity that they probably wouldn't have without him. So this is huge.
Okay.
And Dre, this week, who you got on In Between the Zone with you before we get to Waters?
My brother Crevonte. One more time, we back at it, and man, we got a lot coming up for the month of August. We're working on making it bigger and better. I mean, D just gave me a good topic about the Raw being 3 hours. So I mean, we'll dive into more of those type of topics for the month of August and then heading forward.
Well, as we close the show, we got the segment you all been waiting for as well. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the latest episode of Power, episode 5. Happy birthday. Brian H. Waters, friend of the show. Go ahead, take it away, brother.
D-Dub.
Hello.
There we go.
What's going
Go ahead, take it
on?
away, brother. We got 2 minutes.
We got 2 whole minutes, Brian.
Sorry about that. All right. What's going on? Power, it was the episode 505. Man. One thing we learned was Ghost is broken. He's a broken man, and as a guy who, as the married man on this great discussion, when you go to, when you talk with other men and you have like your, go to marriage seminars, they'll tell you that men are broken, and a lot of times he needs his woman to fix him, in a sense, and I can't go into that discussion. But one thing I noticed in this episode was who's the first person he ran to, and that was Angela. And you guys know I've been saying time and time again that I take the heat, but I'm Team Angela because I know that she's the one that Ghost wants to be with because he doesn't want to be Ghost anymore. He wants to be Jamie, and she allows him to be Jamie. So we saw that. But I also thought something else that was very interesting was seeing Tommy and Angela have to work together. And clearly those two hate each other. I mean, she had him locked up and whatnot a couple seasons ago, and he almost pulled the trigger and killed her because he wanted to get rid of her. But now that these two have to work together, I think that's very interesting.
Oh, I love it. I love it, Brian.
You talked about. I mean, we were saying on the ride up here. We said Ghost how. I mean, Ghost is losing it. And you never see
Rock
Ghost.
Rock
Ghost
bottom,
losing
baby.
it. I mean,
Rock bottom.
To choke the councilman.
Hey,
In front of folks.
Brian, how good was Drunk Ghost? Drunk Jamie, I'm sorry. That's what I call him.
Oh man, that was awesome, and I mean, I think I was more happy for the one time. I was like, okay, Tariq isn't trying to. He didn't try to smack his father, and I was like, for one time in his life, he actually had respect. He saw him, even though he kept calling him Ghost, and technically that's calling him out of his name because the child should never address their father by their first name, let alone their street name. He didn't put his hands on him. So that's what I was waiting for. I thought when he was swinging, he was going to swing back. But, you know, he missed his party, man. And he the one just told him, like, this is the birthday you need to be home for. And you missed it, all because I believe somebody slipped something in his drink. I'm not 100% sure. But he didn't look like he was regular drunk, you know. It looked like something was slipped in there. So that whole situation was crazy. You know, but he's definitely pushing Tasha into Silver's arms on a silver platter.
My question will run out of time. Kendrick Lamar's performance, how great was that?
Huh?
Kendrick Lamar's performance.
Well, one of the things I like was that, you know, Courtney Kemp said that he had to be something out of the ordinary. He said he wanted to play a crackhead, and he was just great. I want to see some more of him. I would like to see him kind of do a little bit of 50's dirty, Kanan's dirty work. I would love to see him on that show more and more.
All right.
Well, Brian, how can I keep up with you, brother?
Huh?
How can I keep up with you as always? All your power, great sports acumens. Keep up with Brian H.
Yeah, thebrianhwaters.com. I just actually wrote a column and go more in depth of where I illustrate how Ghost is a broken man, and as well as you catch my Wrestling for the Culture series. You know, the Wrestling Realm just got back from BlurCon this past weekend. Phenomenal. So we definitely can't wait to see what happens next week on Power and be ready to talk about it when we get there.
Appreciate you always, Brian Waters.
Go back to Monday Night Quell now.
Hey, it's not Nightfall tonight, because Paul Heyman's job is on the line. He's in the ring, so it's I think you gave him enough medicine, D, where they healed their problems.
All right, I'm going to check the highlights out.
We're going to check it
All
out.
right, B. Waters.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right.
B.
Well, it's time to end the show. You've been listening to the Flex Zone, WBGR, only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Show is executively produced by Andre Melton, senior producer Crevonte Hurd. Shout out to the social media team as well, Uncle Raj, AJ in the building, in the war room, getting it done, getting those subscribers up. Subscribe to that YouTube page, the Flex Zone Podcast,
The first one.
and subscribe to us on Twitter. Follow us.
Yes, at the Flex on One.
And Instagram at the Flex Zone 1. Want to guess, ideas, comments, flexzone1@gmail.com, like the Facebook page as well. Thank you everyone for listening. Next week, another action-packed show as we move closer to episode 200. Thank you all for watching the Flex Zone. And like that, till next week, we gone.
Peace.
Oh, come on.
Goofy.